welcome to Future Leaders in Philadelphia. I'm your host, Derrick Sawyer. We bring you this show in order to highlight young people in our community along with local organizations who are striving to make Philadelphia a better place. We want to focus on our next generation of leaders. On today's episode, we're talking with members of the Philadelphia Police Explorers Program. This program is for young adults ages 14 to 20 who are interested in the law enforcement profession. The Explorers meet at the Philadelphia Police Academy every Saturday in uniform to receive classroom instruction and hands-on training in law enforcement procedures. Today, we'll meet the people who run the Philadelphia Police Explorers and also talk with the young people who take part in the program. To begin our show, let's meet the people who oversee Philadelphia Police Explorers Cadet Post 991. With me are Program Director of Corporal Brian Coyle and his 14th year in the program, Lieutenant Severino Butera. Welcome to the program.
Welcome. Thank you for having us.
So, 14 years?
4 years.
4 years.
Type,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
I was
must
going
have
to say,
typoed
you're
that.
kind of young to be 14 years. Man.
4 years.
4 years. And you have
30 years in the program.
30 years.
30 years. I started out in high school.
Wow.
And I'm celebrating my 25th year in the Philadelphia Police Department this week.
Great. So what advice would you give the lieutenant, since has 4 years and he has about, 24 more to go? 26 more?
Follow your dream, stay focused, and do whatever it takes to get there. Stay out of trouble, and always have your options open on what you want to do. Always have a plan B in case plan A doesn't work.
So tell us how the program started.
Well, the program's been around for quite a while. Like I said, I have 30 years involved in the program. I started out in high school, and I never left the program since. I went right into the police academy from the program, and I continued to stay with the program, and now I'm running the program. So it's a wonderful feeling to seeing young men and women pursuing a career in law enforcement, or going into a field just helping people.
So you came into the program, well, you started out in high school. So obviously while you went through the program, you might have saw some things that you thought should be done differently, and now you're running the program. So what would you say is the one thing that you were proud to change?
Well, I would say we gave the young adults a challenge and to make a career development program and to show them the exact way, if you apply for a career in law enforcement, the steps you have to take. The PT test, written test, the discipline, the classroom, the hands-on training. So we keep challenging them and throwing more at them, so they want more and more of that challenge. And once they overcome it, it builds their confidence up.
So Lieutenant, what was the most challenging part of the program for you?
The most challenging part, I'd say, would be Fort Indian Town Gap. Once every summer, we'll go up for 8 days, and it's basically like full military once you go up there. No phones, nothing like that. It's just all discipline, but it's one of the best experiences I've ever had, and coming out of there, it made me stronger and much better overall.
So no phone, that must have been difficult. That
was interesting to deal with.
So what are the expectations when you have a new person, a new teenager that wants to get involved? What would you tell them the expectations are?
Well, we inform them what to expect. It's a very controlled environment. The discipline's there. Expect yelling. Expect to do push-ups and sit-ups, because you have to physically build your body up. But not only your body, your mind. You got to mentally prepare to go into career law enforcement. As we all know, it's very challenging these times now.
That's right.
So you have to stay focused and do what's right and make the best out of things. You're there to help people, and you can never forget that, to help people.
So you mentioned about the challenges in law enforcement nowadays. Do you still see the same number of people wanting to be part of the Explorers program?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Regardless of the challenges?
Yes, I do. Because they see what's going on. They feel that they can make a difference. So they want to be part of that. And so it's great to see that. In spite of what's going on, A lot of people would think, nobody wants to go in law enforcement. Well, it's quite the opposite. We're finding more people who really want to make a difference.
That's great. So how do you think you can make a difference, Lieutenant?
I feel as though I can make a difference in Philadelphia and communities. I just want to get out there into the communities and make communities a safer, better place overall through community policing. This program's actually introduced me to the entire idea of community policing, and I've really taken to it. I enjoy that idea, and I think once I'm a cop, that's probably one of the units I'd like to work in.
Great. So you talked about classroom work. What are some of the things they learn in the classroom?
Well, they're learning law. They're learning about domestic violence. They're learning about handcuffing, use of force. It's a very big topic right now. So everything that a police recruit will learn in the police academy, they're also getting the basic knowledge of that stuff.
Right.
And then once they have that knowledge, we do hands-on training and scenario playing.
So does it help the, well, talk about the hands-on training first. So we talked about the classroom. What types of hands-on training do they receive?
Well, you could have the use of force, handcuffing, vehicle stops, how to handle a domestic disturbance,
Right.
or a fight on the highway, what to do, what not to do. CPR, first aid. They also receive a little fire training, water rescue training when they go away.
Nice.
So they experience a lot of different things because we believe in cross-training.
So do you see them having an advantage? So let's say you have someone that goes through the Explore program versus a person off the street. When they get to the police academy, I wanted to say fire academy, but police academy, do you believe they have an advantage over the person that haven't gone through the program?
I do. I really do. And I think because of the hands-on training and the knowledge, because of these young minds, they have a lot to absorb. And if they already have their foot in the door and gaining this training, when they're about to go to the police academy, they already have the knowledge of what to do and what not to do. So now they could polish their expertise or their training while they're in the academy.
Right. So Lieutenant Patera, what has been your favorite part of training so far?
I'm on the bike unit, so I really enjoy the bike training that I got to go through. It was 2 weeks with the actual bike instructors that train the police officers, and it was a very similar course to theirs, and I enjoyed every minute of it.
Free exercise, right?
Yeah.
So what type of other events does the Explorers program get involved in? So I know they probably do some community things.
We do a lot of community work. We just did the Special Olympics pole bear plunge at the Chamonix State Park. And they help with the crowd control, the traffic,
Nice.
get people into the water, make sure they get out safely. So they have a lot of good times helping the community. And they build their community service points up.
That's even better, right?
Oh yeah, they have to get 300 hours of community service in the program.
Over how long?
They could do it in 2 years or as long as they're in the program.
Great.
They could be in the program from the age of 14 till they reach 21.
So are there any other training opportunities outside of what you do here in the city?
Yes, we take them to Fort Indiantown Gap, as Butera mentioned. That's 8 days of training at the National Guard base. They go to Washington, D.C. They go to the other law enforcement facilities where they get the experience of some specialized training and VIP tours.
Great. So Lieutenant Patera talked about the bike unit. What other units do you have or other type of programs within your program that they can participate in?
We have a color guard unit. We have a mascot unit.
Mascot?
Mascots. We do have mascots.
Nice. Is that McGruff?
That's one of them, yes.
So
McGruff and Officer Justice. He's an eagle.
I haven't seen him. Officer Justice. So what would you say if you were trying to share this information to like one of your peers? What reason would you give them to be a part of this program?
I would just tell them that it's probably the best thing I've ever done in my life so far, and thanks to Corporal Coyle, his leadership, and everything he's taught me, I'm a much different person than I would be, and a much better person because of the program.
Someone wants to learn about the program that's watching right now. How can they get involved, or how can they learn more, or how can they sign up?
They could go right to our website. It's PPD Explorers at Philadelphia.
Philadelphia.
Or no, I'm sorry. So many emails. It's ppdexplorers.org. Our email address is ppdexplorers@phila.gov.
No problem. We're going to make sure we show that at the end of the show so they get it right. So I think you talked about an exam coming up.
That's correct.
So
We're going to be taking application starting in April, and we'll end in September, and then we will get a new class going in October.
great. Well, I want to thank you both for joining us and sharing your information. We're going to take a short break, but when we return, we have a couple of young people here to talk about their experience in the Police Explorers. We'll be right back.
Hey, what's up?
But I am beyond drunk. I am so hungry. You wanna go get something to eat?
Yeah, I only had like 2 drinks.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, yeah, meet me outside my house in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, I'll meet you at your house. Okay.
What's up, man? Come on, my God, you're so drunk. Just get in my car. Let's go.
Whoa, you're swerving.
I'm fine. You're the drunk one. I only had 2 cups. That's it.
I'm drunk. I thought you were drunk.
I'm not drunk. If I was drunk, I wouldn't be driving. It was just 2 beers. It's not gonna do anything.
OMG, join the South TV, it's the place to be. What we got is what you need. Come and follow me on a trip through the campus with my squad at the Union and the Union. See my man's Todd at the call on the hammers like a savage. He be on the camera like 1, 2, 3, action. Makes it sounds back to back and that's a fact. D1 sports we never lack. Calm center, almost there, north to south. Man, that walk is never fed. Passing battles straight to Newman. See some kids and tell them join the crew. As he enter the studio with the new recruits. LaSalle TV, enjoy it near you.
Hello, I'm Derrick Sawyer, and this is Future Leaders in Philadelphia. Our guests today are from the Philadelphia Police Explorers program. Before the break, we talked with some of the police leaders who run the group and organize the law enforcement classes and training sessions for the young adult participants. Now I have the pleasure of sitting down with some of the young police explorers in the program. Joining me are Sergeant Summer Love, Sergeant Caroline Rosado, and Corporal Taj Davis. Welcome to the program.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Sergeant already? Sergeant, and Corporal. So you didn't waste any time to get promoted, huh?
No.
Not at all.
Not at all. Well, I don't
sure.
blame you. That's the best thing to do. So each of you tell me how you got involved in the program.
Well, I'm very interested in law enforcement. I want to go into the military and become a police officer, and they teach you all of that.
What branch?
Army.
Boo. Just want you to know, Air
But-
Force is the best. But all right, go ahead.
A kid from my school was actually in this program and told me about it, and that's how I got involved.
Great. How did you get involved?
I had 2 police officers come to my school when I was in high school, just to talk to me.
I thought they came.
No, they came just to talk to me.
It took
and-
2 of them to talk to you?
Yes, about the program. And right as soon as I walk in, they knew that I was the one to go in this program.
Oh, really?
And they told me, and I got so excited. So I joined the program.
Corporal?
My uncle was actually a Philadelphia police officer. He told me about the program. When I was a young boy, I always wanted to become a police officer. After this, I'm going to the Air Force.
All right.
And
Maybe you could talk to the sergeant, convince her.
and since then, I've been in the program.
Great. So what sort of training have you received so far?
We done handcuffing, car stops, domestic violence, body searches, body warrants.
Sarge?
Everything they mentioned.
Everything they
and so
mentioned?
much more at the Gap also.
So what's been your favorite part so far?
Mine. My favorite part was the Gap. I really had fun. I never got a chance to join a training base camp ever, and this is my future, so I learned a lot of handcuffing, a lot of teamwork at the Gap, a lot of different types of training. It was really fun.
Mine's also is the Gap. The Gap is one of the, I can say, one of the best places that the Explorers has been, because it's like where you learn what goes on in the military and more things that happens in the department.
Right.
I think mine was going to the actual police academy
Okay.
because we've done everything they mentioned, but with cadets and supervisors up there. So we did like the kicks and use batons, and we got to do certain PT things we don't always do, and I enjoyed that.
Right. So you like the physical fitness part?
Definitely.
So what's the one thing that you learned that is not true that you hear from your peers or on the street about law enforcement? So you know how when you're growing up you hear about law enforcement, it's not always positive. But now that you've been through this process, what would you say is the one thing that you want everybody to know that's not true?
One thing that I've learned is that it's not what you see on TV. It's not always you're going to go into a fight or
Right.
you're always going to barricade into a house like that. It's certain things that you have to do in order to, there's a lot of things after where you have to do paperwork,
Right,
you have to report a lot of things that you don't see on TV.
The same thing. It's not everything that you see on TV is not true. It's not like
It's not like the movies.
not like the movies at all. It's definitely more realistic. Everything's always unexpected. You never know what you're going into.
Right. So how would you say the program has changed each of you individually? So what has the program done for you as an individual?
Well, it has changed me definitely physically.
Stronger?
Yes.
Faster?
Yes. PT-wise, we've done so much PT, especially at the Gap. Like we will get up at like 6 o'clock in the morning to go out and do training. Even on Saturdays, we have our PT weekly, and that has helped me out a lot. It also helped me to become more disciplined and independent. And people rely on me now that I have rank, and you just expected to do so much more.
Right.
To me, it's physically, mentally, and emotionally.
Physically, mentally, emotionally. That sounds like a commercial. How's it changed you?
Like what Sergeant Rosado said, physically, mentally, emotionally, there's like a lot of things that you learn in the program. Like I learned how to be a leader. I didn't learn that before I would enter the program.
Hence the program, Future Leaders in Philadelphia. So what did you learn about leadership?
I've learned that sometimes you might have to take control. I mean, you might have friends that you might talk to and everything, but sometimes if they're doing something wrong, you're gonna have to take control of that situation.
So you want to go in the Air Force after the program.
Yes.
You want to go in the Army.
Yes, sir.
And what do you want to do after the program?
Well, I applied for police dispatch, so hopefully I get a background check and get an interview soon. If that doesn't work out, I'm going to the Army.
The Army. So what grades are you in?
I'm a junior in high school.
Junior?
I graduated 2015.
Great.
I'm a senior.
Senior? Well, I want to thank you for coming on the show, and I wish you the most success.
Thank you.
Again,
Thank you.
we're going to take a short break, but when we come back, we'll meet some people, some more police explorers, and hear what they have to say about the program. Stay with us.
Life is hard. Effective consent is simple. Do not make hookup decisions if you won't remember them. For more information on sexual assault, visit nomore.org.
Dancing to me I think it's the truest form of expression.
I was a dancer since I was 4 years old. I was tripping and I was falling and I didn't even know what multiple sclerosis was.
With the 360 camera, it gives the chance for someone to see what I see, experience what I experience. Have a surprise.
Are you ready for this?
Here we go.
Oh my God. I dream sometimes and I see that. I like the way your arms and yay.
Welcome back to Future Leaders in Philadelphia. I'm your host, Derrick Sawyer, and today we've been talking with members of the Philadelphia Police Explorers program. We'll switch out some of our young members, and now sitting with me are Corporal Eli Ortiz and Sergeant Greg Brewer. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
So tell us, how did you both get involved in the program?
Well, for me, it started out, I believe, 7th or 8th grade.
Seventh grade?
Yes, because I went to the Philadelphia Police Explorer camp.
Gotcha.
It was for like kindergarten to 8th grade. So it was for a week. We was at the academy, you know, doing regular stuff as Explorer does now. After that, I went to a boxing gym, you know, just to get fit, to pass his PT test and everything. So around 9th grade in my starting year of high school, that's when I started taking the test, and now I'm here as a supervisor.
Great. And you got involved?
I got involved a little early. Well, actually late.
Late?
Yeah.
Okay.
Started at 18.
Nice.
It's my actual last year. I've always had an interest in law enforcement ever since I was little. It was like a family bond thing. But I just started searching on the website and, you know, some way to get into law enforcement, and I found this wonderful program.
So both of you do know that there's another career out there that you can wear the same color if you want to.
Nah, not better than
That's
this.
what I mentioned. So are either one of you going in the Army?
Nah.
I'm thinking about it, me.
Well, I'm going straight into the police academy.
Straight to police academy, great.
Yes, sir.
So you're going to take this test that's coming up?
Yes, hopefully I, finish and pass and all.
All right.
All the good stuff.
Yes, I'm going to do it.
Hopefully, yes.
So what are you going to do after the program?
Well, I'm still in my junior year, so
you got time to think about it.
Yeah, I have time to think about it. I was thinking to stay in the program for a little bit, because I seen Lieutenant Patera and like other lieutenants in the program stood in the program, so I would like to have that opportunity, to teach the explorers coming in the future.
Pay it forward, right?
Yes.
So I asked the last group about leadership. Tell me what you've learned about leadership while being in this program.
Well, the most things that I have learned about leadership going into this program, well, after being promoted and stuff, even while in it, you have to motivate your peers to get them to a certain level of strength. You can't break everyone down.
Right.
You got to learn how to build them up so you and your team can be strong as one.
Same thing as he said, you can't just attack the person. You have to, go step by step, just like basic stuff, like, left face, right face, and all that, because, some of them never had the experience of doing it. So that's why, as me as a corporal and him as a sergeant, we go in front of platoon, teach them about certain things, how to do it correctly, and what's the incorrect way, so that they can learn and they can move on.
So what training have you received so far?
Well, the best training I have gotten was from this program in the Fort Indian Town Gap, where we did training such as active shooters. You would have to find the shooter in the building,
right,
and take them down. We did the body warrants, search warrants. We actually, and also what was included in our training, it was the brand new, wasn't that a brand new facility
Yeah,
for the, it was like the 60 foot tall like rope that we had to climb up. You had to climb up that, then climb over it, and you had to walk on 4 logs. Once you walk across the 4 logs, you had to climb down the rope.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what was your favorite training?
Oh, basically everything, because I've never done this before in my life. So like my favorite part is the domestic violence scenarios, because for me, I don't like seeing people hurt or anything, and I would like to like help people. So with when we was at the Fort Indian Town Gap, we was doing scenarios all day, just like domestic violence and robbery in progress, and it was just going into that room and like holding each other back, you know, and make sure everybody's safe at the right time, figuring out what's going on, how we could move on from this. That was my favorite part of the training.
And
so
also,
what's the one misconception you want to correct out there about law enforcement that you know people have, that you may have had before you got involved in this program? What's that one thing that you want to clear up and let everyone know about law enforcement?
they're actually here to help.
Right.
People look at it as in, oh, you're just trying to arrest me, or I know as many cops out there in the department that, well, before they arrest you, they'll try to help you.
Right.
And people don't take that advantage.
Right, right.
Yeah. And for me, like, I think people see as cops as like an enemy, like they just shoot down people or not. But you have to also realize where they're coming from, like how their job is, because not every police officer goes through a normal day.
Right.
And it's stressful calls, like a man barricaded inside, and that's difficult helping the person down. And that's why they have like special units like SWAT and stuff like that. And not many people know about these types of special units. Yes.
Well, I want to thank you both for coming out and sharing your information. I wish you much success.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Unfortunately, that's all the time we have today. I'd like to thank all of my guests from the Philadelphia Police Explorers Program, Corporal Ryan Coyle, and most especially our young explorers. If you would like to find out more about the Philadelphia Police Explorers, you can visit their website at ppdexplorers.org. I'm Derrick Sawyer, and thank you for watching Future Leaders in Philadelphia, where we believe investing in our youth is investing in our future.